everyone, and welcome to the Twin Stitches Designs podcast. My name is Julie, and I am the knitwear designer behind Twin Stitches Designs. Today we are January 29th. I hope that stays. And we are on episode 14, so I just want to say a huge thank you to any new viewers and any returning viewers. Thank you so much for your support. I checked the other day, and we are over like 350 some subscribers on YouTube, and it just blew my mind because I'm not a type of person who looks at the numbers very much, like subscribers and all of those types of things. I just do it because I love it. And I want to say the last time I looked, we were maybe at 100. So it blew my mind. So just thank you to every single one of you. I really appreciate all of your love and support throughout the podcast. I am mainly found on the webs as Julianne Knitter, both on Instagram and Ravelry. I will have everything linked down this video below on YouTube, as well as when I have the chance, I link everything in our Ravelry group with show notes. As always, if you have any type of questions, please list them either under this video or in Ravelry, and I will always make sure to answer you as soon as I possibly can. I am a busy mom of twin girls who just turned 2 years old this weekend. Yeah, me and my husband were sitting down and we were looking at all the photos of when we gave birth, and it was just like, holy fudge. It's already been 2 years. Time just flew away from me, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. So if ever I don't answer your questions right away, just please be patient with me, which you guys always are. I wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So just honestly, huge thank you. You're always understanding and always patient with me, and I just appreciate that so much. I think that's enough babble. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have, if you can't see, oh, I forgot to ask my husband if you watch my latest episode, my screen goes black and I just don't know how to like not get it to go black if I don't touch the mouse. So from time to time you'll see me do that. So sorry. I promise by next podcast he will be fixing that for me. He's a techie, so I know he knows how. I just completely forget. I mean, mom brain's a thing. I swear to you, and I will keep to that. Mom brain's a thing. But you guys, on other news, ta-da! We're gonna do happy dance. I don't know why it's a shimmy. Don't know why. Every time you'll get a different happy dance from me. But this is the Cozy Sunday Sweater, and it is live on Ravelry. I could live in this. I swear, you guys, I could live in these sweaters. For me, it's all about simple construction and a little bit of positive ease. I don't like fitted garments at all. I'm very ever since having my babies, you know, it's, I'm not perfect. My body ain't perfect, and I'm okay with that, but I definitely don't want to be too tight in certain areas that I don't want to show off. So a lot of my sweater patterns you will see are made with a little bit of positive ease. And this sweater is size inclusive, so it's all the way from a 30 to a 60-inch bust before the ease. I want to say with ease, the 60, it goes up to a 62-inch, I think. So really size inclusive. I'll get up and show you. So, oh, it's ruffled. You guys. And then the sleeves, it'll be easier if I show you on this one. It's like a rolled up with the color work. Really fun little detail. So it goes all the way here. I just have it completely scrunched up on me because that's how I like, so they won't be in the way for the podcast. But yeah, I just really love it. It is knit out of Toddler Sweater yarns, which I've gushed about so many times, and I will continue. It is out of Lorian's yarn, which is this main colorway is Ghost. The red is Fox, and the blue-gray is Cumulonimbus. You can get the pre-order up in her shop right now. The pattern, the sweater pattern, is 20% off if you use coupon code COZY20. And I also decided for you guys for this release to also put the hat pattern 20% off at the same time, so you use the same coupon code. And I've had requests to we're both together. Holy crap! Okay, seriously? isn't this like just not the cutest outfit ever? I'm just gonna stay like this like the whole day. Oh my gosh, you guys, do you know that this is an honest and true expression? No. Emotion? What is the word I'm looking for? It's the first time I actually wear them both at the same time. So, oh, genuine. It's a genuine, my friend Natasha is coming over later and she asked me if I wanted a coffee and I'm like, no, I'm perfectly fine. Maybe I should take her up on that coffee because obviously I need it. I mean, I can't even form sentences over here. But yes, it's a genuine reaction. Whatever, we're gonna go with it. You guys are screaming at the screen. I know, and I wish I could listen to you, but I can't hear you. Anyways, you guys, you can get both patterns. They are now on Ravelry, and I am absolutely obsessed. I really love it. I love everything about this. They're both knit, and you can use your leftovers from the sweater. That's exactly what I did. I did the color work a little bit different here than the sweater, so they're not like absolutely identical, but you know they're a pair. So I really love this, and I hope you guys do too. If you were signed up on my newsletter, they were sent out this morning, and you get a special coupon code. I've always mentioned that I do have a newsletter. If ever you don't want to miss out on any of my pattern releases, you get, as a newsletter subscriber, a special coupon code. So newsletter subscribers actually get 30% off the patterns. So if you love my patterns, or you know that there's one coming up that you really want, I mean, just sign up for that one. You don't have to. And also for you to know that I only send out newsletters for pattern releases or special promotions. You're not gonna get an email every week, unless I release a pattern every week, which, you know what, it has happened that there's been a few in a row, but I'm not gonna be spamming your inboxes with all of this nonsense talk about knitting. It's just pattern releases, promotions, here you go. So if you want to sign up, the link is below for that, and then you won't ever miss out on any pattern release. Can I just like pet it all day? That's what I'm gonna do. I absolutely love it. Look at my testers versions. There's some that are absolutely incredible. And I know that 2 of my testers actually tested the hat pattern for me and the sweater, and they wear it too. Oh, I mean, I can't. It is honestly amazing. Like, I really. You know when you do something and you're like, damn, I'm proud of that. Like that, you know what? Like I can be really proud of that, and I feel that way with this sweater and hat, that I'm so proud of it, and I feel like my designing has shifted a little bit into more like I will wear that out of the house. Like my winter trees pullover is 100%. I wear it all the time. Some of these sweater patterns are really like staple pieces in my wardrobe that I can see myself with colors, and the design and the fit is exactly what I want. And I think that's what I like. And a lot of my testers as well said the fit is amazing. Like it really fits me to a T. It's perfect. And so I'm really trying to get these patterns perfect for you guys, have them fit you well. I don't want you to ever buy a pattern that's not going to fit you, because then you wouldn't be buying the patterns anymore. So I just want to always make sure that they're as inclusive to all of you as possible. So needless to say, I am super excited about it, if you can't tell. And I swear eventually I will stop talking about it, but for the meantime, you can just stare at it. I'm happy. All right. We are gonna go, I'm looking down at my show notes. All right, we have a knit along going on in the Ravelry group. It is the Stash Busters Cal that I am co-hosting with Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady podcast, who is incredible. I will link her below, as well as her Ravelry group, her FO. I will not be going through all of the details every single podcast, because that will just be tedious and make no sense for you guys, because you will just obviously be skipping through. If you would love more information, go on my last podcast as well. Kay has an incredible YouTube video that answers all of your knitting questions based on this knit along. Purpose, use up your stash. It needs to be purchased before January 1st and needs to be 100% from stash. So let's say you can't hold a fingering weight, one strand of of your stash and 1 strand of brand new. That does not, we just want it to be 100% stash. It won't count. So that is the gist of it. If you want more details and you want to knit up on those beautiful yarns, please join us. And remember to always post in my group and Kay's group, because you will be getting double entries, because I will be pulling some prizes from my group and then she separately will be pulling prizes from her group, so you get double chance to win. Also post on Instagram. We may pull from time to time in the hashtag, so I'll put hashtag right here below. Going on the knit along, I did get a prize in the mail, so I'm just going to grab that right here. This is from the amazing Holly of Fish Belly Fiber Works. Oh, I have to open this up. Sorry for the noise. It's stunning, and it is going to be up for grabs for this knit along. So this is in her current base, which is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon. 100 grams, 463 yards in the night fall colorway. Isn't this stunning? So this is going to be up for grabs for the knit along. I will be putting this in the prize bin for the first quarter. If you are a maker of any kind and would love to donate for this knit along or in the podcast in general, always send me a direct message on Instagram is the best way, or an email, but I would highly suggest Instagram or even Ravelry. Thank you so much, Holly, and I can't wait to get this out to one of you guys for the first quarter. As the prizes come in, I will definitely show them off here, and I do have one, I know of one that is coming in the mail, so I can't wait to share that with you guys. All right, finished objects. If you remember the last podcast, or if you're new, I love setting goals. I'm a goal-oriented person, and usually my podcast, I will end the podcast saying, this is my goal for next week or the next podcast. This is what I want to be able to finish. I hit both goals, guys. I was so proud of myself. All right. Now, this little sweater, I have not had the chance because I want to measure everything before I block it, is done. I mean, come on. Isn't it adorable? This sweater, I've had so many questions and so many inquiries about writing up the pattern that you guys, I'm going to be writing it up. I went over some of the measurements with the Mountain Mist pullover by Tin Can Knits, and then after that, after I cast on, I pretty much did my own thing the entire way. So my gauge, I did not meet the gauge of the sweater pattern, so it was like completely off. So I don't feel as if I'm going to be stealing anyone's idea, because I'm going to be going based on new numbers, new way, everything. But this is the sweater pattern. So what I did was I held a fingering weight throughout, and then I changed up the mini skeins. So you see this little fade? That is because the mini skeins are changing, but the main color of the sweater stayed the same. My main color was Ice Castles by Tippy Tree Yarns, and this is what I have left of the full skein. Now this is also for the Stash Busters cowl, because all of it was using stash yarn, which I feel amazing about. I really, really love it. I measured it on the girls, and it is like a crazy tunic length, which is perfect, and it's a little oversized. It really stretches, like the give in this. It's a perfect stash busting sweater. So I will be making up the pattern for children, and then I will be looking into doing it for adult sizes. I'm going to be first doing it for the children's size, and then I'll be expanding into adult size garments. The only thing is the adult size garment is going to take a lot more yarn, so that's a lot more yarn support. So we'll see what happens with that one, but I definitely at least want to give you guys the little children's version because it is adorable. So yeah, do not ask me what the minis are in this pattern, sweater, because I do not know. They were all from stash. Some were some leftovers, others were from swaps, but I absolutely loved knitting this sweater. Really, really loved it. Yeah, I can't remember. It's either that I did the ribbing on US 4 and the body on US 6, or I did it US 6 and then US 8. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I have all the needles and stuff in my bag. So this little sweater is done. I tried it on Claire and it is oversized, which is perfect. I wanted it to be bigger because I want this to last hopefully another year or two. They just turned 2 years old, and I would say like a sweater size, this probably would fit like a 4-year-old-ish. Anyways, it's going to be an adventure trying to figure out children's sizes because that would be my first children's pattern. But you guys, I'm going to get it all figured out. We're going to get this all done. And then these are some of the leftovers that I have from the sweater. So I'm using, like, you really use up almost all of your minis. Like the first one, the first mini, I don't even have anything left. These are the 3 middle minis, and like even this one, I barely have anything left. So I really love this. I used just white here, that I had white from my stash. So yeah, really, really happy with that one. My goal this year is to make the girls one thing per month. So that could be a toy, that could be a sweater, that could be a hat, anything. But I want to make one knitted thing per month for the girls from my stash. That is my goal for the Stash Busters Knit Along this year. I told myself that I barely made the girls anything last year. I want to say I maybe made them, I made them the Mountain Mist pullover each, and then I made them a hat. That might have been it. For the amount that I knit, I mean, that's a little sad. All right. Next up on the finished objects is the pair of mittens. So I told you guys that I was knitting on a new design. I will not be showing off the design, but I will be showing off the inside of the mitt so you don't see it. This is yarn by Jennifer of Specktacular Yarns. This is her logo. I don't have the tag with me, it's upstairs. But this is in her Cinnamon Spice colorway. And this has become my new favorite pair of mittens. Now, how am I? Boop. All right. Here we go. So I'm showing you the inside. All the texture-ish, whatever design is on the outside. So I really, really love all of the variation of this, the colors. It fits perfectly. Now, with this mitten pattern as well as all of my future patterns, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be offering both the fingerless mitt version and the full mitt version. For myself, I decided to do a full mitt because it is freaking cold in here in the winter on East Coast Canada. So I really need a full mitt. When I go off in the mornings, I held her fingering weight double. I think that's an obsession lately. Because this, the little tiny baby sweater was fingering weight double, and this one is too. It creates the most amazing fabric and so cozy. This one, I'm not showing it off just because I don't want anybody stealing my ideas because I'm not ready to publish it yet. I have a lot of patterns already in the works and I don't want to overload all at the same time. So I'm assuming that this one will be ready to test knit in another week or two. And then I will be hopefully releasing it at the end of February. That is my plan right now. I really, really loved working with Jennifer's yarn, and it used 50 grams for the whole pair of mittens. So this is an amazing also stash buster if you wanted to use like 25 grams of one color and 25 grams of another, and holding it double, you could do like a beautiful marled version. Endless possibilities. Or 25 grams of the same yarn held double will work. So 50 grams total for the pair of mittens together, a fingering weight yarn that is held double. All right, those are my FOs, and if you remember from the last podcast, those were the two things that I wanted to get done. So I did it. My goal is done. Don't worry, that's not all I worked on. Next up is in my Daisy Girl company bag, who I absolutely adore. And I will be using this throughout the year. I don't care if it's mittens. I absolutely love her bags. This is a collaboration with Hedgehog Fibers. I am making a sweater pattern. I will not be showing off the exact design because I'm almost splitting for the sleeves, but you get a little glimpse of what it is. The main color is Cinder. And then I brought over the two other colors. This is Fool's Gold and Rose Hip. I am absolutely obsessed with it. I'm loving the way that the sweater is knitting up. I am about 6 inches in the yoke depth, so I have approximately another 2.5 inches before I split for the sleeves. My goal this week is to continue knitting on this and at least have the sleeves split, so I can start working on the body. But I've had another knitting project that I've had to do in the meantime, so I absolutely love working on this. Now that the yoke is done, it's really just knitting, or the color work is now just knitting, so it's like mindless knitting, and I really love it. I am working this up, I want to say, is it a US 5? Yeah, US 5 3.75 millimeter needle, and on my Hiya Sharp interchangeable needle set, so, which is one of my favorite. I absolutely love Chiagi Red Lace and Hiya Sharps. I can't wait. This is going to be another fun sweater pattern. I don't have an exact date for the release or when they're going to be done. I would absolutely adore this to be done by the end of February. I could totally do that. I haven't even split for the sleeves yet, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally going to finish the entire fingering weight sweater by the end of the month. Yeah. If you're new, I set crazy goals. Sometimes I actually do achieve them. Sometimes. Not all the time. All right, the next, oh dear, tugging on my own hair. The next pattern is a secret design using Ellie Artistic Lily. She has a sock set, a DK sock set that I'm using for a special design, and it is going to be in a future club. Yeah, we're doing another club. I'm really excited. I'm not mentioning anything about it. I'm not showing off the design. But all I can say is I'm really excited. If you want a sneak peek of the yarn, I don't think I brought it. No, I didn't bring it because I didn't want to share it. I didn't want to show it off too much. But I am knitting this in her Pink Maiden DK sock set. And if you want a photo, I have it up in my Instagram. I posted about it, and it is stunning. It's like this pink with like, it looks almost like a navy purple / black mini. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ellie is an incredible person and an incredible dyer. I really love her yarn, so I can't wait to share with you more details about this future club that is going to be coming. As always, sign up for the newsletter and you won't miss out on anything. All right, so those two designs right now, the hedgehog sweater and that design using Ellie's yarn, is the two main things that I'm trying to get off the needles because they're design work. Now, for February, oh, isn't that cute? It's going to be pink for February. I didn't even notice. I had asked on my Instagram what you guys wanted me to cast on next. So I had a few of the minis picked out with this full skeins for the girls' sweater. I have so many minis. And pink won. So it was either pink or an orangish yellow. And pink won, so we're going to go with the pink. This is Dragon Horde yarn. Dragon Horde yarn in Siren Song. It's going to be beautiful. And then I have the white, oh, that white flew across the ground. I have the white that I'm going to be doing again with the cuff. And here are all the mini skeins. These are the minis that I'm going to be alternating throughout the entire sweater using, can I do this? I can do it. Using this paint. So what I'm going to be planning on doing is, since there's been requests, I'm going to be writing up the pattern with this combination as well as I'm going to be using the one that I just finished. and using that all together and writing up a little pattern for you guys. So hopefully by the end of February, that little baby sweater toddler can be ready for test knitting. I am planning on releasing it probably for like sizes 3 to 6 months all the way up to like, what's the normal size? I want to say 6, 7, 8-year-old. So that's what I'm planning on doing for that one. And so I'm going to be taking the measurements based on the one that I already finished and then trying out the math with this new one so that I can kind of get like where I'm at with all of that, the gauge. And so I'm really excited about doing that and getting a new sweater that I wasn't really expecting, but I'm totally up for because I'm going to be doing like 4 of these. I'm going to have a blue one, a pink one, an orangey yellow one, and as well as like a multicolored purple. It's going to be amazing. I have so many minis and I'm trying to use that. So this is all part of the Stash Busters cow. This bag was gifted to me by one of my friends for a fiber share. Really, really pretty. One of my favorite prints. I just love like the little kitty over here, and then a little mouse over here, and then the little deer. It's just adorable. So that is going to be hopefully cast on around February 1st, and then I want to get that done by the end of the month. We'll see what happens. I do have some more yarn support coming in, and I want the hedgehog sweater done. Like, I want a ton of stuff done. So that is where we at. Not bad. This is a normal podcast. So, in line with the Stash Busters cow, hopefully, just checking. They're still sleeping. I have the baby monitor up here. My twins are napping. So as long as they are napping, we are good. I was browsing Ravelry, and one of my patterns that I've always wanted to knit was Little Giraffe by Susan B. Anderson. I'm going to see if I can pull up a photo for you guys. It is the most stinking cute little giraffe pattern that I want to make the girls. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be making it with the little sweater or without. Where are you, little giraffe? Right that far back. Oh, right here. Turn down my brightness. I don't want to blow it out. There you go. You see it. So this is the Little Giraffe by Susan B. Anderson. And like I said, I want to be using up stash yarn, and then this someone on Ravelry, I was browsing like the projects, made it with like a navy and a light gray. Come on, you guys. So I did some browsing in my stash because I want to make one exactly like this. And sadly, I was talking to Laura from Campfiber Yarns, and we were chatting, and then she was mentioning that she wanted to knit. Laura, which one did you want to knit? You wanted to knit the bunny or the... Anyway, Susan has so many incredible patterns, and I said, oh no, I need to make this giraffe that I've had in the back of my head forever. So she kind of pushed me to make this one. And I'm not buying yarn this year for these little things. I'm not going to go out and buy some yarn. Look! I think it's going to be perfect! This is Malabrigo worsted in the pigeon colorway. It's like a light bluish gray. Like, I would say like a sky blue, like a, what do they call that? Like the blue egg, like the blue, light blue. And then look at this navy. It just goes perfect. There's hair all over the place. Between me and my cat, and this has been skeined up. Probably 3 years. This is Briggs and Little in their Tuffy base. And then this is in their worsted. But honestly, like, I think this is going to be perfect as the little navy giraffe. I have 4 skeins of this and then 2 skeins of this. And I want to say that she only You only need about 100 to 200 yards in the main one and only about 60 yards. So honestly, I think actually this combination, I will have more than enough. Briggs & Littles is extremely generous with their skeins. It's very, very big on yardage. So it is going to be perfect. I mean, I'm really excited. I have to finish these other designs because I'm gonna need to cast these on. So obviously I have twins. It's gonna have to be the same pattern. Because Laura was saying, like, are you gonna be making like two different animals? Are you gonna be making like the bunny or whatever? I'm like, I have to make both of them the giraffe. And we were laughing, and I told my husband, I showed the pattern to my husband. He's like, they are gonna go nuts. I hope so. Like, you hope when you make them like these little toys that they're really gonna enjoy them. And I want it to be sturdy. I do have some Brooklyn tweed shelter in my stash, but I will be honest. I knit my husband a pair of mittens using Brooklyn tweed shelter, the exact same color, and he wore holes in them so fast. One half was Briggs & Little, and the other half was Brooklyn tweed. The Briggs & Little, you can't go through this. Like, it is some workhorse yarn. It is 100% Canadian wool. It is actually our oldest mill in Canada, and it's about, I would say, about an hour and a half drive to 2 hour drives from my house. It is so sturdy. You can make socks and you will not wear holes. Like, it is one of those, and we can get these skeins of yarn at our Great Canadian Dollar store. Like, no joke, for like $4-ish. Crazy. Like, crazy cheap. I don't know why. Just is. So I think that I want something that is going to last. I want something that the girls can really play around with, and I know that this one is not, I know that this one is not superwash, and I'm okay with it, because these are going to be little tiny toys that I don't mind hand washing myself. I would gift this to anybody, but if it's just me, I mean, why not? So I'm really excited about this one. Hopefully by the next podcast I can maybe have one cast on. Like, maybe this should be March, because I already have their little sweater for February. But I can't tell you how fun it is looking through your stash with a project and really trying to find the perfect yarn and perfect this and what can go. Because the little giraffe is knit out of worsted yarn. You could easily hold fingering weight double and measure out your gauge with the needle. So that could be fun, as well as you could go figure that out. But I'm really excited to be starting on those. And like I said, by the goal for my next podcast, I want to split for the sleeves, the hedgehog, have one of the items done for the artistically. I know, I'm so good, I didn't even tell you what the item is. One of those done, and then that'll be it. You guys, I think that's all for today. I'm so glad you joined me. I am going to be going upstairs. I hear them moving around up here. So until next time, I'm hoping to record back in another 2 weeks. I think 2 weeks is now going to be my new normal. It's just more manageable for me. I find on a weekly basis I'm really tired. So every 2 weeks is absolutely perfect, and it just gets me a little bit more knitting content to bring to you guys and gives me that extra time to finish all of the items. So I hope that you guys are going to have a wonderful day, and until next time, happy knitting. Bye guys.